10 billion. That's the number of land animals raised and killed in our food system every year. The Farm Animal Rights Movement has set out to raise awareness about the treatment of these animals. Their 10 Billion Lives tour bus kicked off its tour this past May, and today they came to Dog Nation. Anyone who watches the video will receive $1 in exchange for their time.
I learned about what animals go through in our food system about 5 years ago and adopted a vegan diet and started doing activism to encourage others to move more in that direction once I found out how much suffering it can spare. So there are some misconceptions surrounding words like organic, cage-free, free-range. Unfortunately, there's not a lot of regulation around what these words mean. So organic animals, for example, just means that they're fed organic feed. So oftentimes they're kept in extremely intensive conditions, similar to conventional animal products or animals used for animal products. And they're oftentimes sent to the exact same slaughterhouses. In cage-free facilities, for example, cage-free egg-laying hens still have their beaks cut off. Male chicks are still ground up alive because they're not profitable to the industry. And in free-range facilities, it just means that animals have to have access to the outdoors. So you may see a warehouse with 40,000 hens in it with one door that opens to a 3x3 foot patch of dirt, and this is considered free range. The animals will still never see, most of these animals will still never see the light of day until the day that they're slaughtered. But products coming from these kind of facilities still can be labeled free range, and that is within the legal limits.
The U.S. has plenty of laws protecting animals from cruelty, but when the animal is intended for consumption, those rules don't apply. The video this group shows is compiled from many of their undercover investigations conducted across the country.
It was very shocking, and it kind of took my breath away, and I was just very surprised on how they do this.
I'm adding to that by not being completely vegan, and it breaks my heart that I could do something like that to living animals. I mean, like, every day I make an effort to not, and sometimes I still eat cheese or something because cheese is so good, but there are so many good substitutes for animal products that you can get at any local grocery store.
I had no idea that was happening, and
it made my stomach churn.
Yeah, I think we forget where our food comes from, and just to see the extent of that video, in its explicit shape. Oh god.
Nobody ever sees that. They just see the burger that they're eating.
Egg-laying hens have their beaks cut off so that they don't peck each other to death under the intensive conditions that they're kept in. Also, male chicks, since they're not profitable to the industry, are ground up alive. So they might see they'll see some of these practices and also learn what we can do about it.
I was kind of horrified seeing the little piglets and seeing how their tails are getting cut off and their throats being they're pretty much being mutilated, and it's very shocking to see that. I want to stay away from meat and for a very long time maybe, and try to decrease on how much meat I eat per week. At least try to do that.
Suggest doing it, first of all, a day at a time, and it's not for the rest of just say not for the rest of my life I won't eat meat, but just for today I won't eat meat, and then the next day do the same thing.
I see many people have never been exposed to footage like this before, so it comes as quite a shock. We have met quite a few vegetarians here at UGA who have seen things like this before, and that's what prompted their vegetarian lifestyle. And it's been overwhelmingly positive so far.
I think everyone should watch that video, and it'll change their perspective on eating meat. Yeah, for sure.
Even though the majority of students who watched the video were appalled, they still thought it was an eye-opening experience. The Farm Animal Rights Movement, also known as FARM, reports that 80% of participants commit to eating fewer animal products and more vegan foods after watching the video. They also report that if one person switches to a vegan diet, they can save 100 animals per year.
I think everyone should watch that video, and it'll change their perspective on eating meat.